Hello, friends. Welcome to Rocket Punch. Yes, today, as promised, I bring you the greatest sequel there ever was. The continuation of Borg. Look at these. I believe these are the zines you are looking for. And if that is the case, then come with me. Let's go to the table. Welcome to the table. And today, I bring you a great sequel. Now, normally sequels suck. Maybe Terminator 2 or The Two Towers, Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean. Sequels typically suck, but those are pretty good. And then today will also be a great sequel, for we are looking at the supplemental materials for Borg. Yes, I have 3 zines by JP. And today I shall be going over these with you. Let's start with the Subspace Datacon, which is really cool. It's got a little R2-D2, and it has a 1. Perhaps there will be a number 2. Anyway, so the Subspace Datacron has a whole bunch of cool little options. You got some ship upgrades with some new bits. You can get like a repair bot, propulsion thrusters, reflector shields, those kind of things. You got some new bobs, like a heavy repeating blaster, asymmetrical poncho, you need that. That's important gear. And a tricorder drone. These are all cool. I like all those. And you get the Princess class, which is pretty cool. She's classy. You always have bits, so that would be a good person to have in your party. Very distinguished. There's some D6 secret training, like steady aim, controlled flight, a helping hand, well-read, cunning espionage, and formidable leadership. They have some cool inheritance, like a translator bot. That's cool. Royal shield, distress beacon, a signet ring, encoded communicator, or encrypted star chart. Those are cool. And D6 clout. Led a riot and escaped a legionary prison. Infiltrated a crime lord gang. Rescued a group of woolly anthro-squatch. Became a trade liaison for the Megacorp. Blew up a legionary outpost. Worked on a bot assembly line. And they get a special benefit, like a royal guard that comes along and finds them. They're destined, so they get some more destiny points. Or save our skins. They get to roll some dice to find a convenient escape route. You got some cool home worlds. You got D6 different kind of Legion home worlds that they might control. And it all gives like a little blurb about that. And some secret rebel bases, which is very cool. You got like a little splash page of creatures and people who could be in your adventure, or you could use these as tokens. You got some different kind of Legion operations, like Operation Kaiju. These are all monster-related kind of operations. Super Soldier Program, Universal Legionary Currency, so they're trying to like control the galactic banks. Automated Expansion, Rebellious Blight, or a Super System Destroyer. So they're all little kinds of things that they could be trying to do. So that he kind of grouped them in these little subgroups. You got some new Legion types. The Super Soldier, the Legionary Spy, the Legionary Recon Bot, and an Infiltrator. So you got some underworld groups that you could be against. So you got these Megacorps. So you have some cool names for your oligarch, what kind of Megacorp it is, the name of it, and the headquarters, and then here's like a security guy for that. And then inside you get this cool little evacuate the rebel base kind of one-shot, which is really cool, very Hoth-like, which is arguably a really cool part of Empire Strikes Back. I love that part. The beginning of Empire is so good. And then the Legion's Foil, which is a cool little Borg adventure. So you have some quick reference tools, reactions, some random encounters. And then what's really nice is just like a quick stat block. So you got minions, leaders that you could use in kind of any game you're running. The morale system here, just a reminder, and then some equipment tags. So I won't read into the details too much because I want you guys to enjoy it. But basically, you got to fly into this area and explore everything. There's some rebel motivations. So for each of the classes, which is really nice, how to get each kind of class, why would they be here, which is also really nice if you're playing solo, which I did. I just wanted to play with the system for the first time, so I used this little adventure and kind of ran it my own way. You have this D6 random encounters table. So you have the Hungry Terragu, the security bot, malfunctioning construction bot, and this little droid. And this is really cool because that's basically it's almost like a dungeon you kind of go through. So it's a star base. So you have these smugglers that'll kind of come in. They're also after this. So you have the rebels, you have the smugglers, you have this bounty hunter who wants to collect the bounty, and you have the Legion on their way. So you'll be rolling your D6 encounters, and every time you roll the same encounter, basically this threat clock moves up as the Legion is coming in. So you got to get in and get out before the Legion get there, or you're going to be in trouble. And then you have kind of these cool little urgent obstacles. So whenever you kind of think something's going good, you roll a D6 and some kind of crazy thing is going to happen. You get locked in, or an oxygen leak, or some kind of ship alarm. And then this is the basic kind of simple little one-shot facility. So it's easy. I like this kind of one-shot dungeon that he kind of does all the time in his works. And how he repeats the rooms here, so you kind of have a key for the GM. You don't have to keep flipping back and forth. You have the little key to entry. And I went too far. You have the little key and entry for what this 2 pages are. So it makes it really easy to follow along, which is one of my favorite. I love this kind of, I don't know, OSR style. I don't know. This very simple and kind of bullet pointed list. I don't need all the details. Just give me like 1 or 2 points and some little things here. And then I just want to run it. I don't want to read 50 pages of a backstory of why that droid is sulking in the hallway. I don't know. Then after you're gone, you have the escape. And then you have a couple of ships here that are going to be coming after you. So that is really cool. So yeah, you got to pick this up. It's written really well, and it's a good little adventure. So with this, and you have the little one-shot rebel base in here, you got 2 little adventures you can go on with your group. And then the Piece de la Resistance, Starborg Solo. This is very cool, written with Perplexing Ruins, who has done some OSR kind of random sheets that you can play solo, and I definitely recommend you check those out. I have those, and I used them to run Cairn, which I had a real blast. That was my first solo game, so it's really good. You got your quick reference, you got that kind of play structure, how to make the character, and kind of some of the little differences here. The little page numbers of the oracles, not that you really need it. It's only like 20-page little zine, but it's nice to have it there. The difficulty rating, which is going to use kind of the Powered by the Apocalypse system. Borg Solo, it uses the same thing with the strong hit, weak hit, and fail, which is really nice for solo, so you can kind of keep moving the story forward. You got your threat dice, and then some mission trackers. So in here, it just kind of tells you how to set up the character, which is basically the same, and a couple of adjustments, which is that strong, weak hit. Some different structure of the game, and how to include threat dice, which is always a nice thing. And then you got some mission trackers, which is kind of nice. It feels very Star or Iron Forged kind of light here, which is another game that I've talked about previously. I really like the idea of these kind of missions where you have this bullet point, and it takes a while till you finish. So once you get to 6, then you finish the mission. And then you have these nice danger clock systems, which are always nice. And tons of solo tools. So you got the yes, no tool, the degrees, the size, weather, NPC reactions, different crits and blunders. So a nice table for that. Some different event oracles. And then just some stuff to fill out the world. So like the epic, it even has like your own little crawl, so you could read across or roll. So you could be like the New Hope Prophet, or you could be the Rise Cosmic Star, or I guess you'd have to change that, rising cosmic star or whatever. So you can kind of make your subtitle for your little adventure. You got some damn fool idealistic crusades. The villain, so it could be a crime lord or the Galactic Legion, what your goal is, like destroy or cause chaos or justice. What the plan is, recruit or poison or overrun. What kind of means do you have to get this accomplished? Some missionaries, some beasts, some troops, some ancient magi arts, and the episode. So like a doppelganger journey home. Oh, that's weird. The flight operation garden, and some mission types. So deliver the leaders of the space pirates this weapon, that kind of stuff. I love those kind of tables. And you have some different kind of basic travel, what the theme of the travel is, who the actor is on that, and some cool little NPC names that are very flavorful for this kind of game. And you have a whole bunch of different NPCs here, what their role, their species is, the motivation, secret, notable trait, and demeanor. And some different types of planets, some planetary names, some settlement names, some different settlements, the appearance, what it's known for, some current state and the complications, who's in charge, landmark rumors, NPC hookups, and then just a boost oracle. Use this oracle to inspire additional details about the scene. So just roll a d20, or you can randomly point to it or whatever, and whatever comes up is some ideas, so you can just kind of build based on these abstract images. So yeah, even if you don't like solo, if solo's for some reason makes you itchy, or if solo is just not your thing, I still really love solo tools, because as a GM who doesn't want to spend a ton of time on prep, you can just use the solo rules as kind of like your GM help book and your GM tools. So you can just quickly roll and generate an adventure and then just improv everything as it's going. And if you have a good group with you, it's really easy to kind of do that way without a lot of work at the front. So I really recommend people who are afraid of the solo journey that they just pick up some of these solo type of rules and just use it as a GM supplement. I think it'll really improve your game and reduce how much stress you have during preparation. And we can get rid of that nasty 4-letter word altogether. So yeah, I'm really digging all these zines recently, and I think I'm going to really push over the next couple weeks, just focus on a lot of the zines I like to run. And I think that zines are really great, especially for playing solo or just for like anything. They're just a great thing. You don't have to, a lot of investment. You don't have to read a lot of stuff. And if you're fairly experienced or even inexperienced GM, then I think zines are the way to go, because not a lot of investment, not a lot of time spent on the rules and things, and more time in the story, more time with your imagination and things like that. So that's always a plus in my book. So I shall bring some more zines in the coming weeks. And until we meet again, have a good rocket punch day. See you later.